My name is Dr. Faz, F-A-Z. I want to assist you to be famous and to be accomplished by zeroing in on achieving your goals. My diverse experience from 20 years of sales and business here in the United States, combined with my past 20 years passion for helping and adding relief and pain in people as a medical doctor, helps me to understand the direct challenges and opportunities that exist for business owners, executives, and leaders in both their personal and professional lives. I examine thoroughly, diagnose carefully personal and corporate problems, and prescribe suitable solutions. As a John Maxwell certified coach, trainer, and international inspirational speaker, I can offer you workshops, seminars, keynote speaking, and coaching, adding your personal and professional growth through the study and practical application of proven leadership methods. Working together, I'll move you and your team or organization in the desired direction to reach your goals. I'm a facilitator of mastermind studies and roundtable events. Call or email me if you would like to know more about my services or a free consultation.
Being a certified speaker, coach, and trainer for the John Maxwell team means that he is part of a team of elite coaches, teachers, speakers, and professionals taking leadership training, talents, skills, and adding value to people all over the world. Everything rises and falls on leadership.
The biggest obstacle in your life today could be one of the smallest words in our language. So many times we blame everyone and everything else for our situation, when the problem is this little two-letter word. Pound for pound, it's one of the most powerful and limiting words we can say. What is that word? If. I'll really get my life together if, fill in the blank. How often this word stands in the way of us moving forward in life. How often we procrastinate by waiting for the perfect conditions to begin living life to the fullest. Everything you need to fulfill your goals is already inside you. You only need to see your boundless potential and the journey is underway. Today, don't pause your dreams waiting for the right conditions. Success meets you where you step, not where you stand. Take that first step and watch your path illuminate before you. Live your life without the if.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, assalamu alaikum, namaskar, wherever you are. This is your friend Dr. Faz with another episode of Live with Dr. Faz. As you know that we always introduce you to the guests who have done great accomplishments in their own profession and they are still working on. And today I have one of my good friends. She is a certified speaker, trainer, and a coach with the John Maxwell team. And she's also a DISC certified trainer and coach. So we are going to learn a lot of things out of her. So please be ready with your pen and papers and take a lot of notes. Let me welcome my friend, Brigitte Michaels. Hi, Brigitte.
Hello, Dr. Faz. Thank you
Yes.
so much for having me in your community. I am really, really honored and excited.
That's my pleasure, all my pleasure. And our viewers, they will love to meet new people, especially accomplished people and leaders, which are, you are one of them, thought leaders. So it's my pleasure and honor to have you on my show. So let's start with a conventional icebreaker question to just let our viewers know, who is Brigitte Michaels?
Good question. Brigitte, oh Michaels is just a simple, humble girl from Africa and now in the US who is a servant leader. I've always been passionate to lead from an early childhood, and I love equipping leaders for success. And I learned to lead and inspire others from an early age. No wonder, shortly after my divorce, in fact, on the day that the judge signed off my divorce paper, that was when I went in search of my passion and my life. And that was when I searched for the John Maxwell leadership team, and boom, I became certified coach and a trainer so that I can take my journey to a higher level.
Yeah.
So what do I do? I simply am a servant leader. I just love to take leaders from where they are to where they want to be. So if you meet me tomorrow or today or later, anytime, and you ask me, Brigitte, how can you help me? The simple thing I'm going to ask is, where are you on your journey? Once I know where you are, then I'm ready to take you to where you want to go.
Oh, awesome. So where were you born? Which country do you born?
Originally, I was born in Nigeria, in West
Nigeria.
Africa.
Yeah.
Then after I got married, I moved to United Kingdom in London, and
Okay.
I moved down to United States in 2013.
Uh-huh.
I can say that I am a citizen of the continent.
Yeah. So tell me about your educational journey. Where did you start and where you end up now?
Good question. So I schooled up to my master's degree. I have a master's degree in public administration with emphasis on human resources and personal development.
Hmm.
And that journey saw me walking through the ranks of local government. I started
Hmm.
my career working in the bank and in Africa. And when from there, when I got to the United Kingdom, I was working with the local
Hmm.
government, authority. And from there, I moved to the United States. And in the United States, I found myself again serving the community. What was I doing? I was serving housing choice vouchers
Hmm.
to people to ensure that they don't become homeless.
Hmm.
All my career life, I've been serving.
Okay. So being a kid, being a child, were you an introverted or extroverted?
I would say that I'm a mixture of both, but I'm mostly extroverted. Where
Hmm.
my being an introvert comes into play is I love to go out there, empower people, inspire, do what I want to do out there in the busy world. But
Hmm.
I like to withdraw in to have those quiet moments to study. When I'm studying, if I'm going to take a month or 2 months to study, that's when I'm introverted. I am drawn in because I learn better when I'm an introvert. I learn, and then when I finish learning, I go out there and I launch.
Mm. So where the leadership came in your mind? Like, I mean, obviously you have to have a passion to do that. It's not an easy thing for everyone to do.
Good question, Dr. Faz.
Hmm.
I must tell you that this girl that you see here, I've always wanted to be the leader. I've
Wow.
always just want to be the leader because I learned from an early age watching
Hmm.
my mom being a women leader. And my
Hmm.
dad also was a leader and before he became a politician. So I see my mom, the women always surround her. She's in the midst of the ladies. She takes them on a journey. They're always everywhere. And then I said to her one of those days, I said, Mom, I want to be like you when I grow up. Especially the one thing that I admire most about my mom was her heart to give, her heart to serve.
Hmm.
She was always feeding the homeless, feeding people. Women will always pour into her home to pick up some food stuff, and she's always shopping for other families. When I was 8 years old, I remember telling her mom, why are you always giving our food away to others? And she just smiled one day and said to me fondly, Ivy, that's what she was calling me. He said, there are always going to be the people who don't have enough in our midst. And I asked her, I said, oh, how can I change that? She said to me, it's up to you to change that. Because he said, a little drop of water surely makes an ocean. So I told her that, I said, Mom, when I grow up, I would definitely have a soup kitchen, a soup kitchen, and I will be a leader who will lead both, not just women, but men everywhere. I will teach, and I told her I would not only will I feed them, I will teach them how they can feed themselves. And that's how I started my journey. And in 2018, I took that journey to the next level to become certified so that I can do it professionally.
So why John Maxwell?
Good question again. Dr. Faz, my father had always told me that integrity is worth more than all the money in the bank. When I was rounding up my grad school, my professor gave me my first John Maxwell book, How Successful People Think. And then reading that book, I was lost, in it. And I soon found myself devouring some other books of John Maxwell. When I got to actually become a John Maxwell speaker, trainer, and a coach, I didn't do that in a day. It was a journey. And what attracted me to John Maxwell team is the values that it stands for. And one of those values is exactly what my dad had taught me when I was a little girl, which is integrity.
Oh, what a great alignment with your dad's philosophy. But tell me the first book which you read of John Maxwell. What was the first book?
The first one was How Successful People Think.
Oh, wow.
And then the next one is the 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth.
Wow, I love that book. Yeah, definitely. That's one of the best book ever written for a personal growth. So tell me about those 15 invaluable laws of growth which you read. Which law was the most attractive for you? Or all of them were great, but tell me if we have to pick one or two. So
all of them are great, but I'll tell you the law of awareness is outstanding.
Yeah.
The law of awareness simply states that you must know yourself in order to grow yourself.
Yeah.
And this is where the disc comes in. Because you know who you are.
Yeah.
If you look in the mirror and you know that, because you cannot lie to yourself. You know what you are lacking or what you are lagging behind them. And you hope to pursue that. What you are lagging. And then you find it. Because if you don't even know the areas you are deficient in, tell me, how will you be able to grow as a leader? How will you know what you're failing in? And remember, leadership is influence, end of. So if you're not influencing others, if you're not, you don't have the ability or you don't have the character development as a leader, how will you grow? How will you impact others? How will you change your world? Let alone how will you change other people's world?
Yeah, you just brought another new terminology for our viewers, which was DISC. Can you tell what is DISC?
Oh my goodness. Okay, DISC is a simple assessment that you do over the computer, maybe 8 to 10 minutes, and which gives us some readings or a 36-page result of exactly how you are wired. Because think, for instance, your individual personality affects every aspect of your life.
Correct.
How you communicate with others, your family, your children, your boss, your colleagues, your employees, your neighbors, everybody matters a lot. How you show up matters. And this is what the D's talk about. You have the D, the I, the S, and the C. For me, I'm a high D wired, which means I'm a concluder. So the D, when you take the D, it gives you a reading that tells you, oh, this is what your strengths are. You have one page that actually tells you what your strength areas are, so that you can actually focus on your strengths whilst you are developing your areas of opportunities. I call them areas of opportunities for people, other people may call them weaknesses.
Hmm. So the D is like a dominant personality, like you said, doer type. You are because you're a leader, obviously. So yeah, I can see that. How about the other one? I. What indicates that?
I is influencing, inspiring. You are a people person. You are the person who just want to be inspire people, just want to be in the middle of the people all the time. That is
Ah,
I. And I is an influencer.
seems like me. I love to be always among people. You know that.
Then the S is stable. They just steady. They don't, don't just steady. Just give them,
Mm,
just give them stability, and they're
mm,
good. They're just
mm.
stable and steady, and they are very, very predictable. In
Okay.
the world is full of the S people in the world. Yeah.
Mm,
And
okay.
then you have the C who are compliant.
Ah,
Compliant, they are correct. The people who just like to work by the books. They are just routine,
mm,
focus. Let them, hey, come to work at 8 o'clock. By 8:30, you should be doing this. By
yep.
9 o'clock, you should be doing that. They're
Yeah.
very good with that. They're very
More like professors. Yeah, yeah, because they are just by the book. Everything has to be by the book. So now that was a great explanation, and I believe our viewers are enjoying this. What disc means, and by the way, friends, she is a certified disc trainer. So keep in mind she's an expert on this subject. So let's go back to our leadership part. You said leadership is influence.
yes.
All right. So,
Mhm.
what are the best qualities a leader should have?
Hmm. Good question. One of the things that I keep telling, people that I lead is to be a best leader
Hmm.
or to be the leader who the people want to follow. You have to have the ability to serve. You need to be able to serve others. If you don't have a heart to serve,
Hmm.
I'm sorry, you're not ready to lead. You're not.
Yeah.
And that's why and a leader should always be ready to go first.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
I know. If I don't know if you know the quote when they say, "Who wants to bail the cat?"
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there is someone who wants to go first.
Yes.
Nelson Mandela went first. He did.
Absolutely.
He did
And
in Africa.
I believe and a leader should eat last, but she has to go first.
Yes, and a leader also shouldn't be one that just want to hide behind the scene. We're just experiencing COVID, and the second wave is coming in.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say, because I don't like to use the word hate because it's too strong. But I really dislike a situation where I see leaders hiding behind the curtains in the
Yeah.
in crisis situation where they are needed.
Yeah.
Leadership is not about titles. It's not about status.
Yeah.
It's not about winning your power or flashing your degrees and everything you've got. It's about showing up,
Yeah.
especially in crisis.
Hmm.
So if you are going to be a great leader, learn to show up for your people.
Yeah.
Learn to be there, because that's what when things happen, especially with COVID that happened, a lot of leaders were not in the front line. They were
Mm.
behind. And this is when all their team needed them to support them. So what kind of leader are you?
Yeah.
You are not going to be able to influence anybody if you are not always showing up for your people, or if you are the kind of leader who is always making excuses.
Of course. Yeah. Leader has to stand up and stand out always,
Yeah,
especially
definitely.
in the adverse situations like we are going through. And
Yeah.
but yeah, but you brought a very good another question in my mind about the situation adversity which we are going through. What do you see in future after this COVID-19? Hopefully, we will get over on this pretty soon. But how do you see the world after this?
Because of us, you know what has happened? All of a sudden, Everything we have learned before, we are learning to unlearn them.
Yep.
And you know how challenging those can be. But the one good thing that is coming out of all of this is the virtual world. Everyone now is taking advantage of the virtual world. Not only that, we are already seeing a growth of young leadership. The young ones coming up to take on leadership positions because the previous leaders have failed them. Leaders in jobs failed their employees during the COVID situation. Or everything that they promised or whatever they believed in was failed. The job, some of them don't have jobs no more. And the leaders could not provide stability or provide an explanation as to why they cannot have those jobs anymore. So the good thing is, I see a shift in leadership. I see a lot of youth running towards leadership. Take, for instance, my daughter. My daughter, since even before the COVID, she has been very much interested in leadership activities. She's taking it up upon herself. She goes on to Facebook Lives and share her awareness to other youths. So there's a shift to the virtual world, and leadership is taking a different toll. And if the world is not ready, there'll be shift out. You see some leaders shift out. I don't know if that's a good word to use, but that's the way I have it. So if you're not the leader who is advancing towards where the world is going, you will see yourself being shift out. And you don't want to be. So I encourage organizations, I encourage managers, I encourage CEOs and businesses, and even people who seek self-leadership to go with the trend of times.
Yeah, but let me ask you another question, because you're a great speaker. So as a speaker, when we are going to work all the time virtually, so how we are going to do the great speeches, because you're not going to have any body language there, and you are just speaking in a small screen like we are doing right now. So it's going to be a challenge for all these international speakers like yourself.
For me, I'm speaking, for instance, I'm speaking. This is a forum for me to speak. So I look for opportunities where I can speak. And then I also find opportunities where I can gather a group of people together in something that I call a mastermind. And then we're exploring one of John Maxwell's books together. For instance, I'm having a group of ladies together starting next week for the book, which is Becoming a Person of Influence, as we round up the year. I'm going to be teaching on that book, and then we'll mastermind together. That's an opportunity for me to speak. And then I also have a speakers club, a John Maxwell Speakers Club, and anyone is invited. I'll be welcome to try. I give them a free prayer session, like an opportunity for
your microphone is a little bit having distraction. Can be yeah. Maybe you can plug in again.
Okay.
You can just pull it out and pull it back, push it back.
Better now?
Yeah, now it's good. Yeah, there was this little interruption, so we couldn't hear the whole sentence.
Okay.
Yeah, it's better now. Yeah, thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Yes.
Yeah,
So yeah. So it's left to speakers. There's a lot of work that has to be done right now. Speakers have to go look for opportunities to speak, or actually create for themselves opportunities to speak. For instance, I have a mastermind coming up titled Becoming a Person of Influence to close out the year strong. In this mastermind, what do? I simply gather a group of people together, and then we just over Zoom, we mastermind on the qualities of becoming a person of influence, and then they go, and that's one place I can speak. I can be invited to an interview like I have with you right now, where I can speak. I also have the John Maxwell Speakers Club, where I teach people how to speak. You want to speak like the way John Maxwell speaks? Oh my God, John Maxwell is very interesting to listen to. He's very humorous, as well. You want to
Mhm.
have fun even while you are learning. To watch the way John Maxwell speaks. So I can take you on a journey also in my speakers club to teach you how to speak. So
Mhm.
these are the little ways you can find out how can find speaking opportunities in your area. And then
Mhm.
also you can Google.
Mhm.
Oh, be in love with Mr. Google.
Oh
Google
yeah.
speaking opportunities on Google where you can get engaged and you can either speak for free or get paid, to speak. And then find where you can, share some keynote speeches,
Wow.
especially to the young leaders in schools. Or you can gather them online and share your keynote speech on anything that you are passionate about. If you want to speak, I will tell you this, Dr. Fast. For anyone out there who is struggling to speak, speakers, they do what? They speak.
Yeah.
So just speak.
Yeah. You brought another subject now here for our viewers because you just said a few times mastermind, and a lot of viewers maybe they don't know what the mastermind means. So can you explain that?
Okay. Okay. So a mastermind is a collection of like minded people in a room. What do? They just sit down and brainstorm on ideas. It's
Mhm.
a very good way of learning. It's like
Mhm.
a group coaching. Do you know what happens in a mastermind? I'll
Mhm.
tell you. You come, if, for instance, if we have 8 or 10 people in a mastermind group, each person comes in with one idea. But what happens? You get to take away 8 or 10 ideas.
Mhm.
Sometimes you may not even have an idea in the room, but just listening to someone else again, boom,
Yeah.
the light bulb can just go off in your brain and you get an idea that can suddenly change the trajectory of your life and
Mm.
your business.
Wow. Yeah, I definitely. I mean, I do all the time these mastermind groups and run those mastermind groups. I facilitate. But a lot of people, because they don't know what is mastermind group. So, folks, this mastermind concept came from Napoleon Hill in his most renowned book in Think and Grow Rich. So, since then, although it was happening since 1,000 years prior to him, but he basically pulled ahead this thing in limelight. That what the mastermind group mean. So, what a great idea Brigitte gave us. All right, Brigitte, tell me about because you're a leader, you're a speaker, you're a coach, you're a trainer. So, how much time you spend on studying?
Dr. Faz, I've always loved books. I've always loved to read. Every day I read. Every
Mhm.
day I must spend an hour to
Mhm.
read. And I spend 15 minutes every morning to just meditate on what the things that I've learned in the course of the day. Every day I must pick up a book and learn. At the moment, there is a book that I'm reading by Brene Brown. It's called Dare to Lead,
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
because we need brave leaders out there. So
Mm.
for you to be a great leader, you must
Mm.
love to read. Not just any book. You can even read autobiographies.
Yeah.
Pick up an autobiography, just read about someone. Find out someone you see as a role model and
Hmm.
read their autobiography, because you learn a lot from autobiographies. I'm not saying other books are not good, but you learn better when you
Better,
stop,
yeah.
when you read about somebody's life.
Hmm. Yeah, you get as like a virtual mentor for yourself because he has been through that, so you can avoid all those obstacles and hurdles which he faced just
Mhm.
by reading those autobiography. So
Yeah.
tell me, because you're a great reader, obviously you're a leader, and always leaders are readers, definitely. So tell me, for our viewers, what 3 or 4 books you can suggest them they must read? Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Good. So for this day and age, The first book I would tell anyone out there to go read is a book that's by John C. Maxwell. It's
Which one?
titled Today Matters.
Oh, Today Matters. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I got
Today
it.
Matters.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
trying to bring it out from my library.
Yeah,
Today
yeah,
Matters.
yeah. I love it. I love
It's
it.
one book that I'll tell you to read because it gives you 12 practice that will guarantee your tomorrow's success.
Of
And
course.
when I say that, I mean it.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
really, really mean it.
Yeah.
Because this book has helped me a lot, especially during this COVID
Mm-hmm.
time of challenges. And then another one I will ask them to read will be the one I'm doing the mastermind on, which is becoming a person of influence.
Yeah. Yes.
Becoming
Becoming
a
a
person
person.
of influence.
Yeah.
And then of course, I don't want us to say, oh, always just stick to John Maxwell.
Mm-hmm.
I'm reading this. That
Totally. Yeah.
because
Yeah.
we're
Great
looking
one.
for the word means brave leaders who
Mm-hmm.
have courageous conversations.
Yeah.
Those
Mm-hmm.
tough conversations that nobody wants to address.
Yeah.
We
Mm-hmm.
need tough leaders out there who can actually be brave enough to
Yeah.
facilitate those roundtable discussions.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to tell you what I always love to quote from John Maxwell. You know, why do I read? Why do I study? Why do I do this? John
Yeah.
Maxwell said that in a time of crisis, what is inside of you is what comes out.
Of course. Yeah.
When an orange is squeezed, what comes out?
Mm-hmm.
Orange juice.
Mm-hmm. All right. We got a question from our viewer from Pakistan. He's asking, Bridget, tell me some about consciousness personality person. Like, because of your disc expertise. So it's like a C.
Great question. Thank you so much for asking. So, consciousness personality.
Yeah.
Do you want to get along with other people? Do you want to build strong teams? Communicate with others, appreciate another person when they are speaking, not just to look down on them because there are some people who are like that. They don't have that consciousness that when somebody's coming talking, either they are irritated with what the person is saying or they don't just like the way they're saying it.
Mhm.
I will help you to develop the personality so that you'll be able to at least appreciate, not just tolerate that person, appreciate what they're saying, train your ears to listen to them. Because not everyone that is saying something is not saying anything that is stupid. They have something that they are saying. You
Mhm.
just have to train yourself consciously to listen to what they're saying and how they're saying it. At the end of the day, it will help you to overcome your own shortcomings. It will clear the path for your personal and professional growth. I hope I was able to answer your question.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. That's very awesome. So we did talk about books. You gave us three, four books right now. And let me ask another question. You are a coach.
Yeah.
Okay, so people, a lot of time, people have a little misunderstanding between coaching and mentoring. So, can you a little explain what are the differences between coaching and mentoring and counseling and teaching and training and tutoring, all kind of these things?
Okay. So have you ever watched a football? Okay, I don't know what it's called in your country, but in my original countries, football is the ball, which is the soccer game.
Yeah, soccer. Yeah,
Like we do soccer. So okay. So have you ever watched the coach the team in soccer?
yeah.
You have. You will find that the coach is always in the playing field for the team,
Hmm.
but the coach is not the player.
Yeah.
The coach is not the player. So as a coach, I'm
Hmm.
always in the playing field with you. but I leave you to figure it out.
Wow, what a great explanation.
Yeah, the coach's role, because I see a lot of time people confuse coaching and mentoring. The
Hmm.
coach is to help you ask you great questions, help you draw what you already know from inside of you. Because the answer that you seek when you sit in front of me as your coach lies within you. But you just need a great coach to help you identify and ask you very good structural questions that will draw out what you already know that is in your subconsciousness. It will draw it out from you. But a mentor will say, hey, Dr. Faz, you want to go to London? Oh, I've been in London. I lived in London for 12, 13 years. Come, I will show you how to get to London. Just follow me and I'll show you how to get to London. That is the
Hmm.
difference between a mentor and a coach.
Hmm.
The mentors takes you on a step-by-step journey of how they went from step A to step Z.
Hmm.
But a coach leaves you to figure out the answer because the answer is always inside of you.
Yes. So, yeah, definitely. What a great answer. Because a mentor is a person, in other words, he's a tourist guide. He already been there. He can take you there. He can show. So, but obviously, he's not just a travel agent who's going to tell you just go there and be good. Yeah. So no, that was a great, and I love your explanation of coach, like of a soccer coach, that he's always on the field, but he's not playing.
Not the player. No,
Yeah,
it's not.
yeah. Wow, wow, wow. That's a good explanation. Okay, hope everybody understood now. So, tell me about if somebody would like to be like you. If you are the model, obviously one of the model people follow, what he or she has to do to get started.
Okay. I will simply tell them to get in contact with me and schedule an appointment. Just put yourself in my calendar so that I
Hmm.
can walk you through
Hmm.
step by step on how get into my jam.
Yeah,
Get into my jam session. Let's go together because you know what? I can show you, I can tell you how I do things, but I believe that when I show you, you get it. Because for
hmm,
the first talk is cheap. I keep
hmm.
saying that. Everywhere you hear, there's so much noise. Talk, 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 talk. It's cheap. And maybe that's one of the
Yeah,
reasons why we don't have great leaders today. Why leaders are scarce because everybody's talking,
yeah,
nobody's showing, nobody is
yeah.
a role model. So when you connect with me, I will show you how I do my leadership, and then
Yeah,
I will also introduce you to my mentor, John Maxwell, so that
yeah.
if you are interested, you can also become a John
Hmm.
Maxwell speaker coach and a trainer.
Awesome, awesome. So, so we will put your email address and your connecting
Yeah,
and connection information also on our page, so
yeah. I'm
people
on
who would like to reach out.
yeah, I'm on
Yeah,
Facebook. I'm on Instagram.
yeah.
I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on Twitter, and simply just find my name. My name is easy to find.
Oh, yeah.
Michaels.
And it's a little like a different than a regular Bridget. So no, that makes easier to find you, and
Yeah,
I'm
there's
glad.
only one Brigitte Michaels, and that is me.
Yeah. So we are right at the top of our time. So, what message you would like to give the viewers and the people who are going to watch later on? Because this will be on Facebook and YouTube and all that, and people will be watching whenever they are going to have time. So, I just want to have this recorded properly. So, give a message whoever listen or who is going to watch later on or right now who's watching. What's your message to the world?
If you want to be a leader, influence. If you want to be on the top of your game, set your priorities right. The foundation of leadership is great character. So develop your character.
Hmm.
The testing of leadership is creating a positive change. And the quickest way to gain leadership is be a problem solver.
Yeah.
The extra plus in leadership, you know that? Attitude. The heart of leadership is serve your people. Be a visionary. Practice self-discipline every day. And never underestimate personal growth and development. And in conclusion, I'll just say, learn to be a brave leader and be
Wow.
a world changer.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And the most important thing, Bridget, which you said, brave leader, not just the leader. You have to be a brave leader in this adverse situation and in whatever things are going on around us in the entire globe and in the we have this global issues. We need brave leaders. We just
Yes,
don't need leaders, so-called leaders, and they are sitting in their cubes, not coming out of their from their caves. We need brave leaders who can come forward and lead us and lead these people who are frustrated, depressed, and confused.
absolutely.
So, thank you very much. I appreciate Bridget for your time. What an awesome learning we had. So, please, I would like to thank on behalf of all my audiences and viewers. Thanks for giving us such a great time, and God bless you. And just keep in touch.
Thank you so much, Dr. Faz. I'm very grateful for this opportunity. And I hope I have been able to serve you today. And
Thank you.
don't hesitate to call on
Uh,
me anytime you
you did absolutely. Thank you.
want. Thank you.